Hey guys, what's going on? We're going to be talking about whether you should save for the one Escanor or summon for Festival King, which is probably going to be coming out in a week or two, depending on how long they want to keep this banner around. I assume he'll probably be coming around after the Ludosio banner goes away, but they could throw like, what's her name, Easton in there, I guess. That could be a thing, but I'm assuming it's going to be Winged King. So we're going to be going over the units, Winged King and his side partner, Demon Hendrickson, and then the one Escanor, and seeing if it even makes sense to summon for Winged King. So, in my opinion, well actually we should talk about the unit first. What he does, he inflicts damage equal to 180% of attack on one enemy, releases 80% of damage over time damage, which is really good for his ability with his passive as well. And then goes to 270 and then 100% of DOT damage, and then 450 and releases 130% of any DOT damage. So what's DOT damage? That's damage over time, which is from poison, bleed, shock, or corrosion. And why it's so good with Festival King and Demon Hendrickson, which is his side partner, you have to have those two on the same team, otherwise they just will not work. This unit will be completely trash. Which is one reason why I don't think he's that good of a unit to use. That's why he's one of the worst festival units of all time. Not of all time, but out of the four. It's not like it's a massive amount of time. But so what he does is a passive is he nullifies the cleansing effect on recovery skills on enemies with two or more effects, which are poison, bleed, shock, or corrosion. He can't be attack, sealing, it can't be petrified, it can't be any of that. It has to be one of these four. And if there are three or more of the aforementioned debuffs, further decrease the enemy's ultimate engagement by one orb at the end of your turn. So it's like Gother's attack card, where it takes away one orb. So therefore, it makes it almost impossible to get an ult if you have three or more debuffs. So that's why his is good. And so if it releases 130% of any DOT damage, that means, let's say the poison, bleed, and shock all did 10 damage. That would mean it would do 13 damage more on top. I feel as though that's a really bad example because it's really low damage, but that's basically what it does. It does 130% more damage of all of the debuffs combined onto your units, and it really just destroys your HP, especially since you can't cleanse it off. Because if you start with first with King and Demon Hendrickson, you're in a really good position to win, because if they can't cleanse off those debuffs, you just get annihilated. You literally just get destroyed, and it's disgusting. Imagine if you had Kyo on your side unit as well, so Demon Hendrickson, Kyo, and Winged King, that could be kind of insane. And then his second card, True Spirit Spear Chastiful 5th Form Increase, inflicts damage equal to 80% of attack on all enemies, poisons for 3 turns. Now this one is literally just a debuff. It does not do much damage. It goes up to 205% for 3 turns. They all stay 3 turns, which is pretty good, honestly. And then the other two debuffs will be coming from Demon Hendrickson. But first I'll show you his ult. Inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies. Applies Abyss effect on the hero and receives 50% less damage for 2 turns. Now the Abyss multiplier is insane. Once you get it like that 6/6, you just literally one-shot the entire team. Like, it's literally 2 Lost Vein ults at the same time. It's disgusting. I don't know how Abyss is calculated or anything, but yeah, it's really strong. He has really high CC as well. I think Nagato just posted a video saying he had like 55k CC and he didn't have all his upgrades, all his cosmetics upgraded either, and it's just like, what? So I feel as though he's probably the highest CC unit in the game. Really high HP. Pierce rate is absolutely insane. Resistance is insane. And crit resistance is really high too. Crit damage, I don't think that's high. Lifesteal is pretty high as well, 20%. It's kind of insane, because a single target would destroy, and you would just get so much HP back. It's insane. And then Demon Hendrickson, his little buddy, his little friend buddy, to just give him a hug and absolutely obliterate other teams. What he does is he inflicts shock for 4 turns. I didn't even know that. I did not know it was for 4 turns. And he deals 86% damage on all enemies. So yeah, it's not really meant for damage. I mean, the level 3 probably hits pretty hard, to be honest, especially on blue units. But and then his increased damage of allies debuff attacks to about 50%. So that's probably why he does so much damage, because of his passive, which makes a lot more sense now, seeing his percentages for the first time in person. So yeah. all the debuff attack skills by 50%. They do 50% more damage. That's pretty crazy. And oh, hello, Mr. Beast. And then inflicts damage equal to 76% of attack on all enemies. Make target bleed for 2 turns. So you kind of have to throw this one around every so often and keep those 3 debuffs on people so that way they can't get ultimate gauge. So that's why this Demon Hendrickson, along with King, is so broken, because they have a perfect skill set to just absolutely just make it so you can't have an ultimate. If you can't have an ultimate, you lose quite a few games. So it's just not that fun. Inflicts weak point damage equal to 385% of attack on one enemy. So he basically just hits really hard. So yeah, and since they're debuffed, he does quite a bit of damage. And so we're gonna come to the reason why I don't think that this is a good a good banner to summon on, is also this, but also the fact that you have to run both of those units, so you're very limited to what you can do. And PvP is about having fun usually, because there's only one person that's gonna be best in the world for that season. So do you want to have fun, or do you just want to keep spamming the same 3 cards? Like, you literally just spam the AoE cards until you get your ult, until you get a level 3 single target by King, and then you just one-tap someone. It's like, I don't like it. It's just not that fun. And then I didn't know this until this morning when I watched a video on this. They increased their rates to 0.5% actually for King and Demon Hendrickson. But Demon Hendrickson will be coming to the Part 1 banner, which is really nice. I have almost 30 of them saved up. So as soon as he drops, I'm going to make a video on that. I'm going to go all out until I 6-6 him, and then I'll probably just save them, or maybe even just use them for SSR coins. So, yeah. Save your Part 1 tickets. Now, save them, because he's going to be coming out. Probably in a month, he'll be released under the Part 1 banner, if I had to assume. But the banner, yeah, it's good, because there's Goddess Liz and Lost Bane, but guess what? Guess who's on the 1 banner? The King! You get Goddess Liz and you get Lost Bane, all 0.25%. It's going to be 1% rate, I assume. We all assume. Because that's what it was on JP. Granted, it very well could be different. But, yeah. These units are what were on the JP version. But, because Global did that voting thing, the #1 spot for the top 6 units that are going to be on the banner alongside Demon Hendrickson and King was will be Derriere, Escanor, Lilia, Blue Demon Meliodas, Droll, and Blue Zeldris, I believe. I think it was Blue Zeldris. So yeah, they are very good, but most people have them 6-6. The only character I need on that team would be a Droll, a Zeldris, or another dupe for Derriere. But it's like, I bet you those units are going to be on the 1 Escanor banner. And I don't really care about 6-6ing them. Like Derriere, yes, just because I can absolutely one-tap them, the demon raids, but I don't need them to be 6-6. Maybe Droll, because I want him to have really high CC, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the gear. I don't think 6-6ing a unit is the biggest deal in the world, to be honest. So, yeah, but this banner is not really that good. Like, Holy Knight Diane, yeah, I mean, she is good. I don't have her 6-6, I don't think, but I mean, I don't think she's all that. Like, I mean, her AoE ult does work. King's ult does work. All these units have really good, they're all good, okay? They're all good, but they're not insane, because when he dropped, Sariel wasn't out. I don't believe Ladociel was out. And Tarmiel obviously wasn't out, because they went under the 1's banner, I think. No, I was told they didn't. They did not. Ladociel, I think, was, but Sariel and Tarmiel were not, unfortunately. But yeah, so I just don't think it's a good enough banner to summon on, because Lost Bane, yeah, he's good, but he's gonna get absolutely just demolished when the 1 drops, guys. He's gonna get demolished. There's no way you can survive against Escanor when he drops, because, let's see, is he on here? Yes, I do have him. Look at this man. This artwork alone should just tell you that he's going to be the best unit in the game. So what the 1 Escanor does, I'll start with his cards first. So, influx damage equal to 500% of attack on a single enemy. Influx damage is where you get an additional 0.8% damage per 1% remaining HP. So if you're at 100% HP, you attack, you will be doing 580% damage, so almost a 600. It drastically increases your damage. So like you can hit up to like 500k with this man with level 3 with max cosmetics and stuff. It's disgusting. And then this one is just raw damage. I wish it was like Escanor's card, the green Escanor, where it gave you an extra ultimate gauge, but I could understand why not, because his ult is literally the most terrifying thing ever. But yeah, inflict 600% damage on attack on one enemy. Boom. If you crit with this man, you destroy. You literally do double damage with crit. It's disgusting. And then his ult, Divine Sword Escanor. Inflicts damage equal to 720% of attack on a single enemy. Then inflicts additional death damage. Oh, this is level 1. Okay, so it inflicts 1080% damage. So it's just like Escanor's regular, like, one attack. Different animation, which is super nice. But the death damage inflicts 100% of that ult that you just did. So it's going to be doing basically 2360% damage as an additional damage. Wait, no, it would be 2260. My bad. 2160% damage. Math. And then if that unit is already dead, it'll randomly select some other unit. So this Escanor is made to counter Goddess Liz. He is so good, he will demolish. You know what Demon King or Henriksen and King do? They still get slapped by Lost Fane. I've seen it. They still get absolutely slapped by Lost Fane because with the shield. If Goddess Liz goes first and slaps up that shield, you cannot get all the debuffs on. You cannot get that extra DOT damage, and then they can still rush ult. But with Escanor, he eventually becomes immune after 3 turns. Oh yeah, I never actually read this. The hero gains a buff, which increases all stats by 6% at the start of an allied turn. When there are 3 stacks of this effect, remove debuffs and becomes immune to debuffs for 1 turn. After that, remove a stack until only 1 stack is left, then stacks the buff by 1 accordingly again. So it goes up and down just like the anime. So once he hits that 3 turns, he's a freaking god and one-shots any unit in the game. It's insane. So, in my opinion, guys, I do not think that summoning for Festival King is worth. I think you should save. Obviously, up to you. If you like King, if he's your favorite character, summon for him. The point of this game is to have fun. The reason I'm saving for the one Escanor is because the only reason I joined the game is because of Escanor. So, there's no point for me for summoning for King. Like, yeah, I like him as a unit, but I don't like this unit. I just don't like it. So, if you guys like him, summon. If you only want Henriksen, summon for him. If you don't want either of these units, save for Sariel Tarmiel. If you don't like Escanor, just don't summon for him. You don't have to summon for things that people tell you are good. So, just summon, have fun, and don't spend a lot of money like me and all these YouTubers. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But anyways, guys, hope you guys learned something. Saw something that you're like, oh, I want to summon for that unit, or oh, I should not summon for that unit because this unit will be coming out. Because we assume that the one Escanor is coming out March, like 20th, I assume. I don't know the exact anniversary date, but we assume he's coming out the 1-year anniversary global. So take that into consideration and summon safely, guys. Peace out.